Hey, everybody, it's your boy Truett.
And your boy Little
I
Truett.
got my boy Little Truett, my son, my best homie on the whole planet. Love you, brother. I'm thank you for doing this video with me. So today what we're doing is this is our next video in our series, Wisdom Through Proverbs. And basically what this series is all about, and I've got multiple videos already uploaded. So if you haven't seen any of those videos, click on the playlist button on this channel and click on Wisdom Through Proverbs, and you'll see the rest of the videos that we've done so far. And this is the next one. And basically what we're doing is we're doing a deep dive through the book of Proverbs to gain, to glean, to learn as much wisdom as we can, to help us in our life, to help us in our faith, to help us in our walk with the Lord, and also to help us in our walk with the Lord in front of other people. Because whether we realize it or not, as professing Christians, we got a bullseye on our back and people are going to be watching us. So we need to be walking in God's ways and doing it God's ways, not our own ways. Because I hate cliches, but one cliche that I've heard for many, many years now is that people say that sometimes we're going to be the only Bible that people will ever read. So that's why it's so important that we walk in God's ways and God's wisdom, because people are going to be watching us whether we realize it or not, and we need to be walking in accordance to God's ways, not our own ways. So you ready to jump into it, dude?
Yeah.
All right, let's jump into it. So today me and Judah's going to be in Proverbs chapter 2, verses 1 through 15. Proverbs 2, 1 through 15. And we're actually going to be reading a few verses, and then me and Judah are going to be talking about some highlights, some points in those verses. We're going to be talking about it, and we're going to end this video. So it's not going to be a long video, so y'all stay with us, and we're going to jump into it right now. So Proverbs chapter 2, 1 through 15 says this: My son, if you accept my words and store up my commands within you, turning your ear to wisdom and applying your heart to understanding. Indeed, if you call out for insight and you cry aloud for understanding, and if you look for it as for silver and search for it as for hidden treasure, then you will understand the fear of the Lord and find the knowledge of God. For the Lord gives wisdom. From his mouth comes knowledge and understanding. He holds success in store for the upright. He is a shield to those who walk blameless, for he guards the course of the just. He protects the ways of his faithful ones. Then you will understand what is right and what is just and fair, every good path. For wisdom will enter your heart. For wisdom will enter your heart, and knowledge will be pleasant to your soul. Discretion will protect you, and understanding will guard you. Wisdom will save you from the ways of wicked men, from men whose words are perverse, who have left the straight paths, who walk in dark ways, who delight in doing wrong and rejoice in the perverseness of evil, whose paths are crooked and who are devious in all of their ways. So a few talking points that me and Judah want to talk about tonight are this, from this amazing chapter. And I think there's so much wisdom in this Proverbs chapter 2. We just want to hit a few highlights. So y'all listen in with us. So the first thing I want to point out is this: we need, like it says, the Bible says, to turn our ear to wisdom. So the reason I wanted to say that is I remember not doing this as a kid, and I struggled greatly. My grandparents, my mama and papa were pastors. I've said in other videos, my mama and papa were pastors. My mom and dad, they took me to church. They tried to tell me wisdom. They tried to teach me wisdom. I heard wisdom preached from the pulpit. I heard wisdom preached from church. My parents used to give me words of wisdom, kind of the do this, do that, don't do this, don't do that. The things that no teenager or some young kid likes, but still, regardless, is stuff that we need to hear. And I remember not paying attention to those things. And because I ignored them, I ignored the instructions of my mom and dad, I struggled greatly. I struggled with addictions. I had major issues, relationship issues, all kind of major issues, all because I did not turn my ear to the wisdom that I was hearing, from my grandparents, from my parents, and from other adults around me. I didn't turn my ear to them. I wasn't paying attention to them. And because I ignored that wisdom, I struggled greatly for many, many years with great big addictions, bad problems. And some of those addictions almost killed me. They should have killed me, but only by the grace of God was my life saved. So, thankful to Jesus that he had grace on my life, even though I wasn't paying attention to him. That's why it's important for us to not go through those things. We turn our ears to wisdom and we pay attention to the wisdom that comes from the Lord. Second thing, we need to search for wisdom. Search for wisdom like you're looking for something wealthy. Search for wisdom like it's a hidden treasure. Then you will understand the fear of the Lord and you will find the knowledge of God. So you said you had a question you wanted to ask a few minutes ago, Judah. What was that? Something you wanted to talk about?
So it says, search like you're looking for something wealthy, like it's a hidden treasure. So in my words, it's basically saying wisdom is more important than money because money can't buy wisdom.
That is very, very true. Judah brings up a good point that money can't buy wisdom. Money can't buy real happiness. Money can't buy the power of God. There's certain things that money cannot do. But if we can walk with God's wisdom and God's knowledge, and how this points out, if we walk with wisdom, then we will understand the fear of the Lord and you will find the knowledge of God. If we could walk in the fear of the Lord and walk in the knowledge of God, that is something that will change our life, our heart, transform our minds, and that can stay with us forever. We can spend money, we can blow money quickly. Money can leave us like that and we can be broke. But I feel like if we walk in the wisdom and the knowledge of the Lord, it can stay with us forever. And not only will it be a benefit to us, but it'll be a benefit to our family. And it also will be a benefit to our friends and everybody that is around us, because we're walking in the wisdom and the knowledge of the Lord. So Judah, that's a great, great point. So is there anything else that you want to share with us?
Hey, Dad, the Lord gives wisdom, real, true wisdom comes from God.
Yes, it does.
Not other people. The book of James tells us if we lack wisdom, ask God because he gives wisdom generously. So seek God's wisdom more than anything else. Seek God's wisdom more than money.
More than money.
More than fame.
More than fame.
More than anything else.
More than anything else. And that's a really, really good point. Seek God's wisdom more than money, more than fame, more than prestige, more than power, because that is the most important thing. Wisdom teaches us how to use all of those things that God gives us. So I'm glad he said that, because there's a certain things that when we read Proverbs chapter 2, 1-5, there's a few things that it pointed out that there are certain things that can and will come if we walk in the wisdom of God. And these are some of those things. Success. God can give you all types of success if you trust him and if you walk in his wisdom. Number 2, God will shield you, he will guard you, and he will protect you. Then you can understand what is right and what is wrong. Some people look at right and wrong in the physical sense and they ignore the spiritual things that are way more important. And that is why some people think some sins are okay. And that's what the Bible they call evil good and good evil, because their understanding of what is right and what is wrong is skewed by their desires, their heart, and the culture around them. Real godly wisdom and godly knowledge will be good and pleasant to you. It will be pleasant to your soul, as the Bible said. It won't make you feel bad. It will actually be a great help to you. It'll be a help to you. It'll be a help to your family. It'll be a help to your friends. It'll be helpful to people on your job site that you work with. Walking in God's wisdom can help everyone around you if we would actually do it. wisdom will save you, and it also says that wisdom will save you from evil people. It will save you from their evil ways. It will save you from their evil desires. It will save you from their ungodly desires and their evil ways. And them seeing you live differently can be the key to God getting a hold of their heart and steering them in the right direction. So if they see us walking in wisdom, walking in knowledge, walking in God's ways, that could be the one thing that God uses you to shed light on in their own life, that God might use you to prick their heart so that they might actually start following and serving God, just because they see you live in a real Christian lifestyle, not a fake Christian lifestyle, not a wishy-washy Christian lifestyle, but a lifestyle that walks in wisdom and holiness, God's ways, every single day. People seeing you walk in the truths of God's ways is life-changing. It's life-changing for you, and like I said, everyone around you, no matter how old you are. So one thing that me and my wife did as youth pastors, we were youth pastors for many different years in many different churches. And one of the churches we were at, our theme verse in one of our youth groups was 1 Timothy 4:12. And 1 Timothy 4:12 says this: don't let anyone look down on you while you are young. So like, for example, Judah's a young boy. He's 10 years old. He's almost 11. He's in his youth. So, but the Bible specifically says, don't let anybody look down on you, even though you are young. But set an example for all the believers. Set an example in your faith, in your speech, and that means in the way you talk to people, the things you say, the words you use. Use wisdom in the way you talk. Even as a young person, you can use wisdom in the way you talk. In your purity, in your conduct, the way you act towards people, and in your love. Just like Judah being a young person, you can still set an example for every believer, adults, kids, teenagers, no matter their age. Even as a young person, you can set an example for every believer, living a life of godliness, even at a young age. So, Judah, with ending the video, do you have anything else you want to share with us?
Yes, I do. So, going back from later, my friend Pastor Anthony said that wisdom in the book of Proverbs can help you do the right thing. And my friend, Mr. Justin, said truth is truth, no matter what they are, no matter where you are. For example, if Mr. Justin told Daddy not to stick his finger in the light socket, it is still true for me. Even though he told my daddy and he didn't tell me directly. It still applies to me because he told my dad, and it is still true for me too. Everybody needs wisdom. Everybody needs wisdom. Everybody needs knowledge. And the greatest part about this, everybody needs to learn God's ways.
I think that's very, very true. And Judah made an awesome point that we need to live in God's wisdom. We need to live in God's, like he said, he emphasized we need to live in God's ways, because as professing Christians, people are going to look at our lives. They're going to examine our lives. They're going to see if we're going to be hypocritical or not. So it's very, very important that when we profess to be a Christian, that we walk in God's wisdom, we walk in God's ways, because if we do, the Bible literally says God will protect us, God will shield us, and he will protect us from evil people. But I also think that if we walk in the wisdom and the knowledge and the holiness of God, that he will actually use our lives to help other people see that God is the way, the truth, and the life, and that nobody comes to the Father except by Jesus. If they see us not only talking Jesus, but actually living Jesus, living like Jesus, to me, that can change anyone's life. So, Judah, do you have anything else at the ending of this video, do you have anything else you want to say?
Yeah. So, it's the end of the video.
This is the end. This is it.
thanks for watching Truth's Word on the Word. Make sure to like and subscribe. Click that notification bell. And for more content.
He said it best. You got the Truett boys. You got Big Truett.
Lil Truett.
And this is Truett's Word on the Word. Just remember, walk in God's wisdom, walk in God's ways, walk in God's knowledge, because there's no telling the miracles that God is going to do in your life if you will do that. This is the end of the video, Judah.
I'm going to mute for the Truett. For the video.
This boy's wild. This is Truett's Word on the Word. Word on the Word. We'll see y'all on the next one. Peace.
Peace. It's not moo-moo, it's mewing.
Did I do it right?
Well, you did it good enough, Dad. Still love you.
Peace.
Peace.